What is up, everybody? It's Cobes here, and today I am back with a Fortnite video. In today's video, I'm going over 15 different legendary skin and backbling combinations. So I just did a cheap skin and backbling combination video. Now I wanted to do the more expensive, the more luxurious skin and backbling combination video. This time we're doing 15 different combinations. Tell me what your favorite legendary backbling and skin combination is in the comment section. Drop a like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications, guys, as well. Let's hop into this at our number 15 spot. I gave it to Carbide and the Shark Fin. I think this is actually one of the best combinations with Shark Fin. I don't really see too many good combinations with it since I think it's sort of just like a meme backbling, but I do think this one actually is good and has potential for you to use and show off to your friends. No, I'm lying. Don't show it off to your friends. You will get made fun of. Well, you might like that actually. But moving on to my number 14 spot, I gave it to the Rose Team Leader and the Dark Matter backbling. I think the Rose Team Leader has a fairly simple skin design, actually very simple, and I think the Dark Matter backbling also has a very simple backbling design as well. So I think they actually work out pretty perfectly together. I would totally recommend you go out and try this one. It's not the best out of this list, but I do think it's decent enough to at least put it on this list. It's fairly simple. It's kind of like, okay, whatever, it's a decent one, but it's not the best by any means. Moving on to my number 13 spot, I gave it to the Battlehound and the Royale flags, and I feel like this combination is something you should try out. You know, the Royale flags, to me, I can never really find a perfect combination. But I think Battlehound is close enough where it works, and I can finally start using the Royale flags. Like, I won't use the Royale flags on anything. Even the Wukong, I'm like, okay, I can see how this one's decent, but they're kind of a weird backbling that I don't think work out on too many skins. I think Battlehound is the best skin for them though. So I would definitely recommend you try this one out, or at least take a look at it, see if you like it, and then go from there. Moving on to my number 12 spot, we actually do have the Wukong, but I'm not going to put it with the Royale flags. I'm going to put it with the Red Shield. I think the Red Shield is very simple, and with the very detailed Wukong design, it kind of matches up in an odd way, but it kind of brings the whole skin together, I think. Wukong without any backbling, he looks great, but with a very simple Red Shield, he looks even better in my opinion. I really like this combination. Very simple backbling, very detailed skin. It ties the skin together. I totally recommend you try this one out, see if you like it. Moving on to my number 11 spot, I gave it to Magnus and the Enduring Cape. And typically in these sort of combination videos, I won't like to put the skin with its original backbling, but I think this is one of the better ones. And Magnus, I couldn't really find that perfect backbling, so I just decided to put it with his OG one, the Enduring Cape, which I think is the best. I would really recommend you use this one. Go try it out. You probably have if you've bought this skin, but sometimes, you know, for me, typically, I won't use the original backbling on a skin. I like to switch it up, but don't forget, you know, skins come with backblings. Use it with the skin it comes with. They're typically pretty good. This one is an example of when it's really good, I think. Moving on to my number 10 spot, I give to Warpaint and the Dark Wings. And out of every legendary skin, except for maybe the Ravage or the Raven, I think the Warpaint goes best with the Dark Wings. So, you know, I didn't want to put it on the Raven because I feel like that's a very simple choice. But if you do have the Warpaint, which I know a lot of you do, I would recommend you use this one. This one actually looks really good, and I was surprised. You know, Warpaint, I didn't know exactly if I was going to be able to find a good combination with him, but the Dark Wings fit in pretty well. Moving on to my number 9 spot, I gave it to the Fate with the Battle Shroud. And the Battle Shroud comes with Omen, and Omen is the guy version of the Fate. But still, I think this probably looks better with the Fate than it does with the Omen. The hooded figure with like the little extra cloth on the side of her body, I don't really know exactly what that's called, but it kind of just mixes in perfectly. It makes the skin full. It makes the skin look like, hey, this is a full skin. It's not missing anything. This is perfect. That's how I feel about it, at least. Moving on to my number 8 spot, I gave it to the Ravage and the Ominous Orb. And I was making a video on the Ravage, and when I saw it with the Ominous Orb, I'm like, yep, this is a perfect combination. There's nothing wrong with it. I absolutely love it. I totally recommend you go and try it out. It's fairly simple, but I do like it because, you know, Ravage, I would say, is a very detailed skin. Then the Ominous Orb is something we really don't see very often, and the color scheme works perfectly. It was almost like it was made for the Ravage. That's how I feel. I think the Ominous Orb goes best with the Ravage, and compared to like the Fate in the Ominous Orb, there's really no comparison. It's not even that great with the Fate. I think it goes way better with the Ravage. Moving on to my number 7 spot for a skin you will typically not see in combination videos, but even if I don't particularly like the skin, I give it to the Flytrap and the Bamboo. So go try this one out. Immediately when the Bamboo came out, people were in my comments saying, okay, this goes with the Flytrap. Finally, we got a good backbling for the Flytrap. I'm gonna be honest, I think the red shield goes pretty well with the Flytrap, but I do think the Bamboo kind of ties his skin together. He has some vines, some green vines on the bottom of, or like going up his leg, and I feel like he just needed a little bit of extra green added to him, and the backbling is perfect. You know, the Scaly doesn't really fit in, doesn't tie it together. The Raptor Satchel doesn't really tie it together, but the Bamboo with the vines, I think that makes perfect sense. It looks great. I would totally recommend you use this ugly skin with a really good backbling to tie the skin all together in a perfect bamboo bow. Moving on to my number 6 spot, I gave it to the Cuddle team leader and the Skirmish. This is a pretty simple backbling combination. It's something you probably expect if you were coming to this video, but I don't care. This one's so amazing. I think this looks better than the Skirmish and the Rose team leader, which the Skirmish came with, and I really hope from the bottom of my heart that they can make another skin as good as the Cuddle team leader in the near future. I really hope we can see it. I don't know if they're going to. I know they're skinning the Cuddle team leader, but there's something so unique and creative, and like the colors are so vibrant about the Cuddle team leader that I just want to see something like it in the near future. I don't know if we will though. What do you guys think about the Cuddle team leader? You like it? You don't? At first I didn't, but now it's one of my favorites. Moving on to my number 5 spot, I gave it to the Dark Voyager and the Destabilizer. I didn't think I was going to be able to find a combination with the Destabilizer, but I finally have, and it's the Dark Voyager. I can't believe I didn't recognize this in the beginning. I don't know what I was doing, but this is a perfect combination. You know, we've had a lot of perfect combinations that I've been saying throughout this list, or that I think are perfect, but I really do think this is a perfect combination. Is it the best? Is it like the best looking? I wouldn't say so, but if you like either of these a lot, then this one is for you. Go try it out. I know a lot of people like the Oblivion, so you probably have this backbling. I know a lot of you have the Dark Voyager as well. Moving on to my number 4 spot, I gave it to Ragnarok. Fully upgraded. It has to be fully upgraded. And the fish tank. Guys, I was not expecting to put this one on the list. You know, the fish tank, I always have said, it's not the best backbling, but it seems like they keep adding more and more skins that actually go with the fish tank. So in my mind, it's starting to become a little bit better and better. And I think this is one of the best combinations with the fish tank. It doesn't really make sense, but it looks good. Moving on to my number 3 spot, I gave it to the Red Knight and the Subjugator. And right when the Enforcer came out and I looked through all the different backbling combinations with the Subjugator, or the skin combinations with the Subjugator, Red Knight and Black Knight were the immediate, yes, this one works. These are the ones that work. I don't think the Subjugator works with too many skins, but I really do like it, the idea behind it. I like the Riot Shield idea behind it. And for it to have such a good combination with such a good skin, I had to put it super high up on this list. Moving on to my number 2 spot, I gave it to the Enforcer and the Black Shield. If you're looking for a menacing, just insanely evil look to a skin in backbling for a combination, you go with the Black Shield and Enforcer. I don't know if another one will top this, except for our #1 spot. But for a more evil look, this one is your go-to one. Enforcer definitely looks evil. He has the black and gray color scheme, and then the black shield tops it all off. See, if Enforcer was all black, maybe it wouldn't look as good as it does if he didn't have some gray to him. But I really do love this overall. I love the Enforcer. I think he's so much better than the Visitor. He is kind of that plain sort of, you know, basic go-to design Fortnite will do if they kind of run out of ideas, which I think the Enforcer was a safe bet. Like, if you're making a skin, a hooded figure with gray or black, I'll say this probably 1,000 times in other videos, but I think that's a safe bet, and I think Fortnite took the safe bet, but they also made it look good. I really do like this one, and with the black shield, it looks amazing. At my #1 spot, though, for a combination that I will be using from now on, forever, I gave it to the Musha and the Shiro. I don't know exactly how to pronounce either of these, but you will see it in the background if you guys want to check it out, or it's probably just going to be full screen. I don't know exactly how I'm going to edit this video yet, but this is just a perfect combination, guys. I think if I were to use one combination, if I had to use one skin in a BACKBLING combination that I felt like was perfect forever, I would pick this one. The Musha, he's sort of like the Wukong, but with a bunch of different colors on him. I think that's how I saw him at first, and that's how I still see him. But I think he's better than the Wukong by a long shot. I think his color scheme looks better. I think overall his design, it just fits perfectly into this game. I love him. He's super creative. Even though, you know, he was stolen a little bit, his design from Wukong, I don't care. The Shiro goes perfectly with him as well. I would totally recommend you try this one out. Please, guys, go try this one out if you do own it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. Drop a like, subscribe, turn on those notifications. I will see you guys later. Bye bye.